I'm a storyteller and a songwriter. I'm not a preacher or anything like that. I have a music ministry, but I tell my stories through music. And, like the old radio stations, let's talk more music. Well, that's the way I feel about it. So what I want to do now is, and the reading was so important for me because that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about today. It's about getting out of the way and letting God do its thing, right? Something like this. No. I'm messing with you guys. Running around, fixing this and that, giving it up to God and then taking it back. Just release and let it go. You don't even have to think about it no more. Get out the way. Out of the way. Get out the way. Get out of the way. Get out the way and let God do its thing. You look like the weight of the world's on your back. You gotta breathe sometimes, you know what I'm saying? All that drama ain't good for you. You couldn't change a thing. No way. So get out the way. Get out of the way. Get out the way. Get out of the way. Get out the way and let God do his thing. Gonna shine and the river's gonna flow. The tide's gonna rise without your say so. The universe is working and the good is flowing. You see, you don't plant a seed, then dig it up and see if it's growing. I mean, did you hear me? You don't plant a seed, then dig it up and see if it's growing, right? So get out the way. Get out of the way. Time, y'all. Get out the way. Get out the way. Get out of the way. Get out the way. Get out of the way. Get out the way. Let God. You better let God. Better let God. Better let God. Better let God do his thing.
That was wonderful. So do we have another song?
No.
Okay. Eddie is also going to bring the talk today, and we are just so grateful to have him. Thank you. We love you, and we appreciate you greatly. Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to let the guys go for a second here. Yes. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden where God's grace blooms. There is a garden where everything grows, a beautiful garden where love is sown. And in this place of light and love, you can have anything that you're dreaming of. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden. That garden is you. In this place of light and love, you can have anything that you're dreaming of. There is a garden where dreams come true, a beautiful garden. That garden is you. Such a beautiful garden. That garden is you. Thank you. Now, right now, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable with that, and let those words kind of soak into your consciousness. Anything that you desire, anything that you want, it's not out there. It's within. You are the place where God shows up. And we breathe. And out of that silence, now we have a fresh palette. We stop the noise. I think Michael Beckwith said it best, that some creatures are indigenous. Humans are endogenous. What lies before us is not based on external circumstances or environment. Us being endogenous creatures, we create our environment from within, no matter where we are. And that's the beautiful part. So I invite you to come back now and join me. Thoughts. My talk is the garden. What are you sowing? What are you sowing? We're always sowing something. And what we're sowing is evidenced by your outcome. So whatever the situation is in your life right now, if you're happy and if you're carefree and whatever, well, somewhere along the way you've sown those seeds and you're reaping what you've sown. And that's all this is about. It's about awakening us to the power of what we think and what we say. Now, I have a very good example for you. For the first time in my life, I'm camping now. In a tent. Right? Now, before I did this, maybe about a year ago, I was planting all kinds of seeds of doubt in my head, and I was making up all kinds of different excuses why it wouldn't work, why it's not for me, why it could be dangerous, I could be killed out there by a bear. You know, not even thinking about the thousands of people who camp every single day. But I'm going to be special. And I'm going to go out and bears are going to eat me because I'm me, right? So what I did was I said, well, you know, this is never going to happen if I'm thinking like this. So I said, well, why don't you just do some research and not just make stuff up? So I went on to YouTube and I researched for a year. A year I did research, and finally I said, well, I can do this. I can do this. Girls do this. Oh, I don't care. I don't care about your attitude. I really don't. So let's get that straight now. I just don't care. But anyway, but that's what I was thinking, because that's how ridiculous our thoughts can be sometimes when we're planting these seeds of doubt. And when we plant these seeds of doubt, what grows? Okay, good example. I want tomatoes. But I'm not going to plant okra. Because if I plant okra, guess what I'm going to get? That's right. Now, interesting thing about this, my father and I, we put together a garden in Detroit, you know, when I was living there. I'm from Detroit, but my father's from Athens, Georgia. And I did not know that I come from a long line of farmers. My grandmother, she could grow anything. She grew peanuts in Detroit. Yes. But my father was a factory worker most of his life, and he provided a really good home for my sister and I. But I didn't know all of the other skills that he had as far as how to plant vegetables. Now, I thought I knew about how to plant something. I said, well, you just put the seeds in the ground. He said, no, son, you don't do that. Your main problem is going to be bugs, grubs, to be exact, especially in Detroit. There's a lot of grubs in Detroit, and they'll eat the roots of your plant, right? So I said, well, I guess we just have to say, plant them and say good luck. Well, no, what we do is we take lime and we put it down in the soil and mix the lime in the soil. You know, I said, well, okay. We had some of the most beautiful tomatoes. Huge tomatoes. We had enough tomatoes to give away before they rotted, right? Okay. Well, all I'm saying is that when you plant something, you got to make sure that you look out for all of these little things that can come in and sabotage your growth. You know, metaphorical bugs. You know, metaphorical bugs like your past. This didn't work before, so it's not going to work this time. Or I'm not good at this. Or this is for somebody else and not for me. All of those kind of thoughts, you know. So what you plant is what you're gonna, is what's gonna grow. So what are you sowing? What are you sowing today? What are you thinking? Especially in this, the temperature of the environment right now politically. What are you sowing? What are you thinking? Because what's happening now, as far as I'm concerned, and I sit right in the middle because I serve everybody. I don't care who you voted for, I love you anyway. I love you dearly, and I don't pay attention to what I hear on the news because a lot of it is incorrect. I'll just say incorrect, you know. What I have is I have the experience of driving across the country from Florida to Seattle. And I meet thousands of people when I travel. And I guarantee you there's way more similarities between us than differences. You can get along with just about anybody if you don't talk about certain things. You know, you don't open up with, hey, my name is Eddie. Who you vote for? No. Most people have a pet. Everybody's got a mama, a favorite sports team, you know, all sorts of ways where we can connect and build a rapport and then go into the deeper things if it's necessary, right? So what I'm saying is that everything you do, you're planting something everywhere you go. I had an experience. I had an experience where I was in the Ocala forest. I was in the forest and I had run out of gas and I stopped into this gas station. It was a lot of Confederate flags around and the whole deal. So I had already planted so many seeds of fear, and it had been planted into me by my parents, years and years of this indoctrination of what you have to watch out for, right? So I'm just gonna show you how wrong I was. So I'm in line, and this is a guy in front of me, right? He's a big, burly guy. You know, he's got Confederate tattoos all over him, you know, like a big butcher knife about this big, got a pig with that thing. And I'm thinking, well, you know, my life could be in danger, so I'm looking for the exits and all sorts of stuff, you know. And then, you know, out of nowhere, this beautiful child, she's about 4 years old or so, you know, blondish, bushy hair, obviously a mixed race child. She comes up and she puts her arms around his leg and say, "Daddy, can I have your wallet?" Wow. Man, what was growing in my head? All sorts of toxic stuff that had nothing to do with reality. And then his beautiful black barefoot wife comes behind him and puts her arms around him from behind. And I'm looking at this and I'm saying, man, what? I have a song called Everything is an Inside Job, and they're all connected. Because it's an inside job, everything. And you change the way you're looking at a thing, the thing you're looking at is going to change. But I would like to invite you to just scan your brain for things that are happening in your life that are not to your liking. I'm sure there's something. Everybody has something. And if you trace the root of that cause, it's probably some thought that you have. You know? What I like to do is give lavish grace to those who may need it. I mean, extravagant grace, right? And see, the funny thing is, like, when you do that, you're setting yourself up to receive lavish grace from people that you come in contact with. Why? Because you planted that seed. So that's what we're talking about here, planting the seed. And to talk about, the reading today about silence, that is so important because that's where the ideas and the inspirations, they grow out of the silence. So I'm going to share this song with you. cast your intention into the void. The universe is waiting. Ever present at your command, eternally creating. There inside the silence, deep inside the silence, listen to the silence. Deep within your sacred place where unity and peace dwell, you can hear that still small voice say things only to you it will tell. Only in the silence, deep inside the silence, listen to the silence. Never-ending joy, never-ending peace, never-ending lies, never-ending ease. All that is and all that was is all that there ever will be. Oh, a stream upon the possibilities endlessly unfolding. There inside the silence, only in the silence, deep inside the silence, only in the silence, listen to the silence. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Wow. So what we're going to do is, from today, all of our thoughts and everything that comes out of our mouth, we're going to be conscious of the fact that we're planting something. What are we going to plant? Today I choose to plant love. Because I love love. I love to be loved. I love to feel love. So that means that the more love I plant, the more love I feel. And kindness. Let's make kindness like contagious. Yeah. Just like an earworm. It's like a song, like a melody that gets in your head and you can't get it out. How about we do that? Let's make kindness like our goal. And we set ourselves up for when we're not having a good day and when we're cranky, for somebody to be kind to us. And I think we can make this a better world like that. What do you think? I tell you why this is going to work. Because you are the place where God shows up. I am the place where God shows up. And everyone you meet, no exceptions, is the place where God shows up. And sometimes God will show up as something that you just don't like. So, because that's the way it works. My grandmother, she used to give me these nuggets And one of the nuggets that she gave me is that you get the best advice from the worst people. Some people, you have to feed them out of a long-handled spoon. Beware of people who talk too much, because it ain't that much truth to be told. So if we could remember those things and keep that in mind when we go out today and to do whatever it is that we're going to do, which is probably come back and watch a concert. I'd like to end with this song. Sometimes I forget that all my needs are met, and now and then I fall asleep thinking things I don't believe, until I wake up in gratefulness, counting all the ways I'm blessed, that all my needs are met. There were times I recall when I couldn't see the light of day, but somehow sweet Spirit made a way out of no way. And that is why I testify, no matter how dark it gets, that all our needs are met. I could not have come this far without the everlasting arms, my shelter from the cold. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful that I know, 'cause there were times when I thought I couldn't make it through another day, but somehow sweet Spirit made a way out of no way. I saw the light, I testify, no matter how dark it gets, no matter how dark it gets, don't you know that all I need, all our needs are made. All our needs are met. Hallelujah. Amen. And so it is.